Hey friends, welcome to today's video. Today I'm going to share a couple of tips and tricks on how you can make your matte full coverage more versatile. If you are someone that has just, you like to have one foundation throughout the year, you don't necessarily want to have a spring, a summer, a winter foundation. I left out fall, but you know what I mean. If you just want to have one product and use it all year long, I'm going to show you some tips and tricks that you can add to that foundation or your makeup application that'll give that matte full coverage foundation a little bit of luminosity, hydration, radiance, because in the winter, when it's cold, our skin is dry. I hope these tips help you. If they do, let me know down below. I think reading those comments is the best part of doing YouTube, when I find out that something that I've shared with you has helped you in your everyday makeup routine. All right, so things first is you always want to start with skincare. Obviously, if you're not prepping your skin properly before makeup, it doesn't matter what products you're using for makeup, you're not going to have the results that you want. So take a look at your skincare products and ask yourself, am I using the right skincare products for how my skin is today? My skin is very different in June than it is in December, so my skincare products will change and they will vary a lot throughout the year. Today I started by applying a hyaluronic acid serum. I used the one from Colleen Rothschild today. It's a very lightweight. Hyaluronic acid is something that we naturally produce in our body. It is a great ingredient to attract moisture. I'm applying a little bit more. It's a great ingredient to attract moisture to the skin. It actually holds 1,000 times its weight in water. Pretty incredible. So it is a really great product to use when your skin is dry. The way you want to use it is apply it after you've cleansed your skin, before you go in with your moisturizer and other products. It's very lightweight. So again, I applied it this morning, but I went ahead and applied a little bit more because my skin just soaked it right up. I really do enjoy the Colleen Rothschild's serum. I've used a few others and I like this one a lot. It's very lightweight. It's very easy to use. It's great for all skin types. And today is actually the last day of their anniversary sale. If you use the code 9years, you can get 25% off site-wide on Colleen Rothschild's website. I have used and enjoyed Colleen Rothschild's products for many years. You guys have heard me talk about them if you're not new to my channel. I'm gonna go in next with the Extreme Recovery Moisturizer, and I have a tiny little one because I actually picked up the Discovery Kit. This is a great product to pick up if you're new to the brand, because it has some of their best sellers in it. Obviously more deluxe travel sizes, but it has the cleansing balm, which is a really nice cleansing balm to remove all your makeup. I'm gonna go in right now though, and I'm gonna use the Extreme Recovery Cream. Let me make sure I got the right one. Yes, right here. And I'm gonna apply a little bit of this on my skin. Oh, it feels good. So good. It's a combination of the weather right now and then also just getting older. My skin is losing its moisture. Okay, and I really like to just rub this in and just kind of like press it into the skin. It feels so, so nice. All right, so this video is all about how to make your matte full coverage foundations look more luminous. So I'm gonna choose one of my matte full coverage foundations. I'm gonna go with the Dior Forever Matte Foundation. This is one of my holy grails. I love this one because it does give full coverage, but it's lightweight, and the finish that you get is more like a velvety matte. So it's matte, but it's not heavy looking at all. It is one of the more natural matte finish foundations on the market. I'm the shade 2.5 in. Now here's the little magic trick here. Maybe you do this already, but if you don't, this makes a huge difference. Using a facial oil or a beauty oil with your full coverage matte foundation is going to make the biggest difference. It is basically going to change the finish of that foundation. And you can do it a couple of ways. You can either apply the facial oil to the skin right before you apply the foundation, but because I just applied that moisturizer and my skin is still pretty, like that's still sitting there, and I don't really want to go in and apply an oil directly on top. I'm actually going to mix it in with my foundation, and I'm going to use the Face Oil number 9 from Colleen Rothschild. This was one of the first products that I started on the brand probably 4 years ago or so, and I love it. I love it. Paul loves it. He always makes sure that he has his own in stock on his vanity. I got a brand new bottle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to apply 1 pump of my foundation. This is the consistency of it. You can see that it's thicker. It's not sliding down the hand really fast, but you can see there's some movement. So it's nice because it's full coverage, but it's not like really thick. And you can really gauge that by, does it move? When you turn upside down, does it move? Or is it just so full coverage that it stays right there? Then I'm gonna go in with the Face Oil number 9. And I'm not gonna take a full pump of this. I'm actually gonna apply it on the side of my hand, like not directly on top of the foundation. In case I apply too much, I wanna have control over how much facial oil gets applied with and mixed in with the foundation. This is such a beautiful face oil. It is the best facial oil that I've used on the market. It's just very nice and lightweight, very luxurious. You can wear it alone on the skin or you can mix it in with foundation. I'm gonna take my ring finger and kind of work with that facial oil. So you can see I have it right here. And then I'm gonna mix it into the foundation. What I feel is the right amount. I don't wanna do a full pump of oil. Maybe you do, depending on, you know, how dry your skin is, but I like to just kind of go in and mix it until I feel like I have a good consistency created, and I feel like I do now. So next I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna apply my foundation. So doing that facial oil trick is going to add some luminosity to the foundation. It's also going to allow you to like spread that foundation and blend it more easily, so you'll find that you use less product. You really will. You'll find that when you're going in to apply it with a brush, it just blends out so effortlessly, so gorgeous. You know, you still have that natural matte, but you have a little bit of glow underneath it. If you wanna get more glow, you can certainly add more oil. Do you see that? That pretty light that you see. That's just natural luminosity. No pigments, no pearlescence. I'm using the BK Beauty 101 brush to apply this. This brush is our best-selling brush, and I love this brush when I want to work quickly. It has a large brush head, so it covers a lot of surface area, and I like that you can use this a few ways. You can use it to press if you want full coverage. You can also buff in circles. Even though it's not a dome-shaped brush, you definitely can do that because there's a little bit of curvature right here on the brush head, so it was designed to be able to offer multiple ways to apply it. Pressing, buffing, or like sweeping and shearing out. This is a great technique to do when you want to shear out product, like around your jawline, or maybe you applied too much product and you want to go and kind of shear it out. Perfect. Okay, now I'm looking at this and I feel like I could even get a little bit more glow if I want to. So I'm just gonna take my brush and I'm just gonna lightly press it on that facial oil. Just lightly. And then I'm just gonna go and kind of bounce that over the skin. You don't wanna put too much oil into this brush head, so really use that as the last step after you've gotten most of that oil off. Oh, so pretty. Very natural, very, very natural, much lighter and not nearly as matte. You can see that luminosity to the skin. Typically when I wear this foundation, it's just like, you know, a nice velvety, shine-free matte finish. Typically when we have really dry skin and we're doing a technique like this because we want more radiance, we're gonna really feel that on the skin underneath our eyes because that is tends to be where our skin is the driest. It's the thinnest skin on the face. It's more delicate. You can do the same trick with it, you guys. You can take your concealer. I'm using this one by Tarte. It is in the shade 20N Light Neutral. This is actually my first time using this. This just showed up on my doorstep right before I filmed this video. They sent me a bunch of other fun products that we'll try in this video. So let me see the texture of this. Okay, yeah, this is a pretty, this kind of reminds me of Shape Tape. It's kind of got the same applicator and it appears to be very pigmented, full coverage. So let's give this a try. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the same thing, except what I'm gonna do this time is I'm gonna use my finger and I'm gonna apply the slightest amount. I'm just gonna take my ring finger, kind of take a little dab, but then I'm also gonna rub it into my skin. So I'm not going directly from here to there. I'll apply too much oil. I'm basically kind of rubbing it into my skin. That way I just have a little layer on my eye. And I'm just gonna, I can just feel how good that feels. My eyes are so dry underneath. And I'm doing a light, sheer, delicate layer. Go ahead and smooth it out with your finger too to really shear it out. All right, then we're gonna go in and apply concealer. This is also a great tip to do so you don't apply too much concealer. When you apply too much, especially a full coverage, drier concealer like this, and actually I don't know if this is dry, but it's full coverage for sure. When you apply too much, that can also magnify texture and make it look more dry. So just like it does for the foundation, it also does the same thing for concealer. It allows it more spreadability and just applies a lot more natural looking. Oh, so good. Okay, so I got that all blended out. So that blended out very easily. I need to wear this concealer around for the day to really, you know, understand how I like it, but I like it initially. Full coverage, I didn't use that much. Putting that facial oil down before really allows you to spread your concealer and make it work better for you without having to apply more product. Okay, so we have the foundation applied. There's one more little hack that I wanna share that I didn't show in this video, but it is a great alternative if you want a little more luminosity, like more of a pearlescent luminosity. You can add a pearlescent primer to your foundation, or you can apply it just before applying your foundation. And I really like this one from Iconic London. It's the Underglow Blurring Primer. It gives radiance to the skin and it also blurs out the skin. So that's an alternative to using a facial oil. But what I love about using a facial oil is that you can not only use it for makeup application hacks like this, but it's also a product that you can use nightly in your routine. You can use it in the morning. You can add this to, let's say, a heavier cream like the Extreme Recovery Cream that I went in with. You could add this to it to dilute it down and change the consistency a bit. It's just a really versatile, great product to have, and I really love Colleen's Facial Oil number 9. So I'll have the details to their anniversary sale down below. 25% off site-wide, you guys. 25% off site-wide, and today's the last day. So I will leave those details, and then I'll include some of my other favorite products to pick up if you really want to stock up and take advantage of the sale. Okay, so let's go ahead and play with some new products. I got these products from Tarte. I haven't even seen these in store yet. The Cheek and Lip Watercolor. They sent me 3 shades. These are fun, and they also sent me a highlighter. Glow Light Skin Filter. Okay, let's apply this. Let's see what this is all about. Oh, wow. Okay, this is beautiful. This kind of reminds me of the Flawless Filter from Charlotte Tilbury and also the Halo Glow from e.l.f. Cosmetics. Let me see how this looks over the skin, like over foundation. Just gonna put a couple of little bitty drops. I like to keep my highlighter, like my pearlescent highlighters like this, pretty conservative, especially when I've never used them before. And I'm gonna go in with the BK Beauty 109 and I'm just gonna bounce that into the skin. Oh, that's nice. Okay, I feel like I could have added a little bit more. I was a little too conservative there. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm actually gonna take the wand, apply it to the back of my hand, and then go from the brush to the product and then to the skin. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Oh, that's pretty. I'm gonna wrap it around the brow. I'm gonna put a little bit on the tip of the nose, the bridge of the nose, a little bit on the chin. I just love makeup. It's so fun. It's just, it really is an art form. It's not just about like putting makeup on to look pretty or to look your best. I mean, obviously that is a benefit of it, but really just enjoying the process of applying your makeup. Like, I mean, how is it any different than, you know, when kids color? It's like the same form of expression. Okay, let's try this cheek color out. This is the Cheek and Lip Watercolor, and I have the shade Sun Crush here. It just looks like kind of the, you know, go-to pinky peach shade. Ooh, it's pretty. Okay, so it's kind of a thicker consistency. So this is what it looks like when I swatch it on my hand. It's a little thicker. Okay, yeah, definitely is thicker. When I rub it out with my finger, I kind of get a blurring effect. Do you see that? I get kind of like a blurred, soft effect from that. We're gonna apply it to the back of my hand, use the brush to apply it. I feel like that's the safest method when you're trying a new product. Because sometimes if you're trying a new product and it's not a just not a product that blends out very easily, if you go and apply a dot to the skin and you have a hard time blending that out, you're then gonna see that dot. So I'm gonna go and just work it into my brush, smile, press it onto the cheeks and up. Okay, it's very sheer, which makes sense because it's called watercolor. It's definitely more of a lighter sheer tint to the skin. I had to build up quite a bit to get that amount of color, and even here I feel like it's pretty light. Not a bad thing, but just a different type of product. If you blend too much, I can see how you can kind of blend it away. I do like that it has this blurring effect though, especially on the cheek area, because that's where I tend to have the more noticeable pores. Okay, now I'm getting carried away. I need to stop and step away from the blush. Okay, I'm gonna stop and step away from the blush. So pretty. The skin is just light and fresh. This kind of reminds me of that trend that's going around cold girl makeup because it doesn't look like makeup, it just looks like my cheeks are naturally flushed. All right, I'm gonna go and apply the rest of my makeup and I'll be right back. And this is the finished look. So I still have a soft matte finish, but I have a little bit of radiance peeking through the skin. So again, to recap, adding a face oil to your full coverage matte foundation is gonna help give some natural luminosity to it. It's also going to allow you to use less foundation if you mix it in because it's gonna glide and blend out better. And also adding a luminous blurring primer or a luminous primer either before you apply foundation or mixing it in with your foundation. You could actually do both steps together if you want even extra radiance, but you still want that long wearing full coverage that you get from your foundation. And then of course, adding a highlighter. I mean, that's an obvious. The one that I added is real nice and subtle and you can see that it gives some glow to the skin. I did want to say that I applied the other Tarte blush color. It's called Sun Rush on my lips. So I applied the shade Sun Crush on my cheeks and Sun Rush on my lips. And it feels really nice on the lips. It's like this pillowy, soft texture. I don't know that it's gonna be a long wearing product. I can just assume that and the way that it feels on the lips, but it's really nice for a natural, really natural sheer kind of cloudy look to the lips. Overall, I like this product. It's a very like natural sheer tint wash of color product, both on the lips and the cheeks. So if you're into that, I would definitely recommend these. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll have all the details, including the products that I used, in the description box below. So I don't forget, on my eyes, I have the Makeup by Mario palette on my eyes, and I'll also link that down below as well. And I'll have all the details for Colleen Rothschild 9-year anniversary sale that's happening right now. It ends today, you guys, so pop on over and shop the collection. Use code 9years. I'll have all the details down below to save 25%. All right, you guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. Thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.